This is your second lesson in the series on counseling procedures. It is about the counselee. As was stated earlier, counseling is a person-to-person relationship. Program 1 examined the counselor's role. In this program, our attention will focus on the counselee. Here are some questions of importance about the counselee to be considered. Why does the counselee seek counseling? What type of person is he? What are his personality strengths? What are his weaknesses? These questions must be considered when preparing for the counseling session. Many persons expect counseling to produce personal solutions to whatever is troubling them. Those under stress expect some sort of relief. Those worrying about a difficult decision expect a choice to result. If the counselee feels insecure, he wants to gain some security from counseling. If he is dissatisfied with his job, he may expect quick placement in a job that he will enjoy. He may believe that whatever troubles him will be resolved through counseling. Generally, why does a person seek counseling? Correct. The counselee comes to the counselor seeking assistance of some kind. Yet he may feel that he must protect himself from possible rejection, so he enters the relationship rather guardedly. Actually, the counselee is looking for acceptance, understanding, and guidance. He must have these things to clarify, understand, and find solutions to his own problems. As a counselor, your job is not to hand out solutions, but to help the counselee make an appropriate decision for himself. How does the counselee often present himself to the counselor? Yes. In the beginning of the relationship, the counselee may feel accepted when the counselor shows a willingness to help. The counselee feels important because, in a sense, someone is saying, "You are important to me, and I will do what I can to help." A study by Popinski and Karst indicates some counselees have a tendency to identify with someone else. They want to raise their self-esteem and acceptance by others by behaving according to the attitudes, values, and behaviors of another person. This is a fact that must be taken into consideration when observing the counselee's personality. In later programs, we will learn specific ways that you as a counselor can help him to develop his own attitudes, values, and behavior. The amount of time spent in counseling is related to the counselee's personality structure. The counselee that has quick success will have a relatively higher level of personality integration, be rather controlled, and be less dogmatic. On the other hand, a short amount of time spent in counseling may be due to a lack of perseverance on the part of the counselee. Counselees who have quick success generally have what kind of personality? Right. Counselees that show less success in a short time frame have a relatively lower level of personality integration, an underlying sense of inability to deal with life situations, and were more highly dogmatic. What kind of personality is associated with counselees that have less success? Correct. For the counselee to be helped by the counselor, there must be an initial communication. As a counselor, what means do you have to obtain the answers to such questions as, why is he here? What type person is he? What are his strengths and weaknesses? One method is to encourage the counselee to try to verbally communicate his problem. He may do so by citing a series of instances or stories that are seemingly unrelated. Then it is your job to find the core of the problem. Often you will find that the person's real problem is not the one that he states. If you're an employer counseling an employee, he may have come to you with complaints, or he may be asking advice about trivial matters. It will be up to you to discover his real problem. The third ear is another method used by counselors in trying to discover the real problem that brought the counselee to him for help. The third ear is a term that is used to indicate that the counselor must not only hear the words, but must try to interpret the bodily gestures, word choice, tone of voice, or any other subtle indicator that may show the true feelings of the counselee. This other language is a very good indicator of what is going on in the private world of the counselee. This world must be opened up and the body language understood if the counselor is to effectively help the counselee with his problem. One's third ear is used to interpret what sort of message? Yes. Another source of information about the counselee is the questionnaire. Obviously, there are limitations to a paper and pencil appraisal of oneself. However, it can provide a good basis for beginning the counseling relationship. What are 3 methods suggested for acquiring basic information about the counselee? Right. Some persons are very inhibited, and in the beginning of counseling sessions find it difficult to verbally communicate with the counselor. Given a questionnaire, they are able to put down their attitudes and feelings in a less personal way. Questionnaires are often informative because in our society people are used to filling out forms and may find them less threatening than verbal communication. Especially as a non-professional counselor, however, you should check the laws concerning privacy rights of individuals before you administer a questionnaire. In later sessions, the inhibited counselee is sometimes eager to discuss what was previously written. In many cases, the counselee is less inhibited than before and finds verbal communication easier. Questionnaires can be used to discover what? Correct. Questions should be designed to find the counselee's awareness of his own needs, defenses, and how he deals with reality. What the counselor wants to know is how the counselee feels about his needs and their complementary defenses. Before giving the questionnaire to the counselee, certain points should be explained. The counselor must make it clear that it is not a test. It is only to help increase his understanding of the counselee. He should also emphasize that the results will be kept confidential. He should ask the counselee to try to put into words those feelings, thoughts, and ideas that are difficult to verbalize. The question should be answered with as much detail as possible. The questionnaire itself might contain these questions concerning the basic needs. Do you feel there is stability in your life? Do you feel loved? Do you feel accepted? What do you think of yourself? Do you feel you are utilizing your full potential? What do you feel is your primary problem at this time? How do you interact with other members of your family? The questionnaire is designed to show the counselee's awareness of his own what? Yes. Counselees often come for counseling because they need help in dealing with their approach to real-life situations and fulfilling their needs. Some of these needs are to be loved, secure, accepted, and worthy. They need help in understanding their defenses, which often block the fulfillment of these needs. Which of these are basic needs? Correct. Another cause for a counselee to seek help is his relationships with others. How the counselee perceives other people's opinions of him and his own opinion of himself are of great importance. The counselee, of course, should be aware that through counseling he may come to understand himself and to learn to make decisions that he will feel good about. The counselee should be receptive to learning about his basic needs and his defenses. Perhaps the main strength of the counselee is the fact that he is concerned with his problems and his relationship to others. Recognizing that he has difficulties and being willing to deal with them is the first step toward resolving them. Counseling provides an opportunity for the counselee to learn about what? Yes. Adjustment seems to be a major concern of almost all counselees. This may be because of the increasingly rapid advances made by mankind in recent years. Our progress can make for uneasiness and a need for protection when we feel the world is moving a little too fast for us. Everyone feels the need for love and self-esteem, but some have more difficulty in attaining this than others. The counselor may have to examine the counselee's childhood if the problem stems from this time. A person must be in touch with himself to learn to effectively deal with reality. Which of these is a need common to all people? Each of the basic needs has a corresponding set of defenses. The counselor must discover which needs most concern the counselee. Defenses are means of coping with unsatisfied needs, and the counselee must learn adequate coping mechanisms for self-fulfillment. Each of the basic needs has a corresponding set of what? Correct. You know that the counselee is a person with needs that are not being fulfilled. He may feel insecure in his job, unaccepted by his peer group, or unloved. He has a problem, recognizes that he has a problem, and has come for help. This is an introductory course in counseling. It does not attempt to cover the subject completely, for there is a substantial amount of technical knowledge in this field which cannot be included. You may feel that some of the basic concepts which are included are repeated too often, but this is done to be sure that these important basic ideas are thoroughly understood. Your next program will deal with the counseling goals.